All right, let's talk about something we do all the time, every single day, but maybe you don't think about enough: conversation. We're going to dive into how we can take our everyday chats and turn them from, just okay, to something genuinely meaningful.
You know that feeling, right? Where you walk away from a chat and just feel kind of empty? You talked, sure, you said hi, you mentioned the weather, but you didn't really connect. It's so common to get stuck in that loop of small talk that just doesn't lead anywhere.
And this slide, it just lays it all out, doesn't it? On one side, you've got that surface level stuff. And yeah, it has its place, but a lot of the time, it just leaves you feeling drained. But on the other side, that's the good stuff. The talk that actually energizes you, builds real trust, and makes your relationship stronger. So our goal here is to figure out, how do we get more of that in our lives?
So where do we even start? Well, it turns out this isn't some new age problem. People have been thinking about this for centuries, across all sorts of cultures and traditions. Today, we're going to look at some really timeless wisdom from Islamic teachings, because they offer this amazing framework that honestly anyone can use to make their conversations better.
And that really is the big question, isn't it? What's the secret sauce? Because deep down, I think we're all looking for that genuine connection, those conversations that leave us feeling better, not just like we passed the time. So what are the key ingredients?
Okay, so let's dig into the first big idea. And honestly, this one might flip what you think you know about conversation on its head. The whole concept here is that a truly great conversation, it doesn't start when you say something clever. It starts way before that.
I mean, how wild is that idea? We spend so much energy worrying about what we're going to say. But this suggests the real power move happens inside our own heads, before we even open our mouths. And that's what we mean by intention. It's not complicated. It's just this quick little gut check you do with yourself. Before you jump in, just pause for a second and ask, why am I about to say this? Is it going to help? Is it going to build trust? Or maybe break it? Just asking those questions can totally change the game.
And this whole idea of intention, it bleeds right into the very first words you say. A simple greeting can be so much more than just a greeting. It can actually be a promise. Take the Islamic greeting, Assalamu alaikum. It literally means, peace be upon you. You're starting the whole interaction by offering peace.
And that's really what's behind the greeting. It's an instruction to actively, bring peace into the room. Just imagine for a second how different our interactions would feel if every single one started with that unspoken promise, hey, you're safe with me. Now, of course, we have to look at the flip side, because if some words can build us up and connect us, well, then other words can do the exact opposite. They can tear things down. So it's just as important to know what not to do.
We tend to write off gossip, right? It's just chatter. A little guilty pleasure, maybe. But from this viewpoint, it's way more serious than that. It's not just a minor slip-up. It's seen as something that actively destroys the bonds between people.
And this is probably one of the most intense and powerful metaphors you will ever hear for backbiting. The image is designed to be shocking, to really wake you up to the reality of what's happening. It frames gossip not as some harmless pastime, but as a truly horrible violation against another person. So you see, the damage here is real. We're not just talking about hurt feelings. This kind of talk literally eats away at trust, it weakens our communities, and it poisons the very relationships we rely on. It turns our words into weapons. Okay, so that's what we need to avoid. Let's get back to the positive stuff. What do we actually do to build those amazing conversations? The great news is it's not some big mystery. It really boils down to 3 simple qualities.
So here they are. It's a simple 3-part framework. A good conversation either uplifts people, it makes you more curious, or it serves a real positive purpose. It doesn't have to do all 3 at once, but if you look back on a really great chat, you'll probably find at least one of these things was happening. It's a perfect little checklist to keep in your back pocket.
I just love this way of thinking about that first quality, about uplifting people. It completely reframes how we think about our words. They become gifts. A quick word of encouragement, a genuine compliment, it costs you nothing. But for the other person, it can be this incredible act of kindness or charity. And this one, wow, this really drives home that third point about purpose, doesn't it? It's not about being silent all the time. Not at all. It's about raising the bar for our speech. It's asking, are my words adding something good right now? And if the answer is no, maybe silence is the more powerful, more meaningful choice.
So really, what this all comes down to, what all these qualities are built on, is trust. You just can't have a deep, open conversation without it. And building that trust means we have to be responsible with our words. It means not spreading rumors or things we aren't sure are true.
So,
let's pull all these threads together. What does this actually look like for us, today, in our crazy, busy lives? Well, all these ideas, starting with peace, having a purpose, avoiding harm, and aiming to build people up, they really create this universal model for connecting better. And man, in our world today, we need that more than ever.
I mean, think about it. We are just bombarded with noise all day, every day. Social media, the news, opinions flying everywhere. In that kind of environment, being able to actually cut through all that static and have a real conversation, that's not just a nice little skill anymore. It's absolutely essential.
So here's the bottom line. This isn't some crazy, complicated art form you have to master. It really just comes down to a few simple choices that you make, moment by moment. Choose to greet with peace. Choose to speak with a good purpose. Choose to say something that lifts someone up. Choose to stay curious. These are all things that any of us can start doing, like right now.
And that really leaves us with one final thought, because this isn't just an idea to think about, right? It's something to do. Every single conversation you have today is a new chance, a new opportunity. So the only question left is, which one are you going to choose to make a little more meaningful?